The dilemma we face when we buy a four wheeler is whether to buy a diesel vehicle or to buy a petrol vehicle. And that dilemma is such that we are not able to decide, and we generally land up doing something which is not wise. And we need to be wise enough, we need to interpret the data which is available with us in a right way. Now, if you ask somebody, when I have asked people why they have bought a diesel vehicle, they tell me that the cost of diesel is less and the mileage of a diesel vehicle is more. That's what the reason they have for buying a diesel vehicle. Now, one certain things you need to remember is that a diesel vehicle is always a vehicle which has more vibrations. It gives you more vibrations, and vibrations tire a person. Now, for taxi people, people who drive a taxi, that's okay. But if you are yourself driving a vehicle, then diesel vehicle tires you over a period of time. The vibrations, extra vibrations which they generate, they tire you. And the maintenance cost of a diesel vehicle is also more, which I don't know. People say in current time diesel and petrol vehicle have same maintenance, but I don't agree on that. I still feel diesel vehicle has more maintenance cost. And finally, the most important factor, a diesel vehicle is more polluting than a petrol vehicle. But keeping all these aside, if even if you are not environmentally conscious and all, the justification that diesel vehicle gives a better mileage and diesel has a lesser cost in India doesn't hold good, because you pay more for a diesel vehicle in India. Now, what I have done, I have taken two vehicles of the same model of the same company and tried to see the data, how it goes, whether the data goes in the favor of the vehicle or it doesn't go in the favor of the vehicle. Now, I'll present you that small amount of data that will help you in deciding whether to buy a petrol vehicle or whether to buy a diesel vehicle. If you're buying a diesel vehicle in the category of, say, XUV 500 or Innova, or you're buying a Mahindra Thar, Jeep, then in those category of vehicle there is no petrol vehicle, then buying a diesel vehicle in those category of vehicle is okay. Otherwise, we need to be wise and we need to see the data, whether that data favors the buying the diesel vehicle or a petrol vehicle. I'll present that data in front of you. It's a data which everybody has, but we fail to interpret it in the right way. So I have tried to put it in right perspective. Let's see whether it will be helpful for the viewers or not. In India, there are three companies whose vehicles are sold the most. First is the Maruti, second is the Hyundai, and third is the Tatas. Now, Maruti has stopped production of the diesel vehicle. Hyundai and Tatas are still continuing. So I have taken the two companies and their models here. Now, if you see on the screen, I have taken this Tata's Altroz. Now, Tata, I have made these 5 columns: car, on-road price, mileage, cost per kilometer, and the cost benefit analysis. Now, this is Tata's Altroz in the first row, which is a diesel vehicle, and that model is XE, and vis-a-vis against this Tata Altroz, same model XE in petrol version. The on-road cost of this diesel vehicle is, as you see, 8 lakhs 263, and on-road cost of the petrol vehicle is 6 lakh 39,380 rupees. The mileage of the diesel vehicle is 25.11 km per liter, and the mileage of petrol vehicle is 19.05 km per liter. Thereafter, I have worked out the cost per kilometer as on 4th July. Why I have written the 4th July? Because I have taken the diesel cost in the 4 metro cities on 4th of July, and I have taken the average cost of diesel in the 4 metro cities, which is 93.13, and the average cost of petrol in the 4 metropolitan cities as on 4th July was 101 rupees 0.27 pice. The details of the vehicle I have taken from cardekho.com as on 17th July 21. Now, the cost per kilometer when you run a diesel vehicle of Tata, this Altroz, is 3.73 kilometer per kilometer, and the cost you incur when you drive a petrol vehicle of the same model in Tata's Altroz is rupees 5.31 per kilometer. Now, what I have done is, see the difference in cost of these two vehicles, that is 8 lakhs and 6 lakh 39, and once you subtract them, you'll get 1 lakh 60,883. This is the extra cost you pay when you buy a diesel Altroz in XE model. Now, this extra cost which you pay, you have to recover it through the benefit you derive when you drive a diesel vehicle. Now, you see the saving per kilometer when using a diesel vehicle is rupees 1.58 per kilometer. that I have arrived by subtracting this 5.31 3.37 from 5.31, which is the cost per kilometer of the diesel and petrol vehicles I have shown in the fourth column. So saving per kilometer when you drive a diesel vehicle of Tata, this Altroz, is 1.58 rupees per kilometer. Now this is what you save when you drive it, but then you have to understand you have already paid 1,60,883 extra on a diesel vehicle. So you have to recover this cost. Now, on how many years or how many kilometers after driving you will recover this cost? This is what I have done in this last column in the subpara 3. Number of kilometers the diesel vehicle required to be driven to recover the cost difference vis-a-vis the petrol vehicle. So you divide the extra cost which you pay for buying a diesel vehicle with the benefit or the saving per kilometer you have of 1.58 rupees when you drive the diesel vehicle, and you will arrive at this figure of 1,01,825 kilometers. That means to recover this extra cost of 1,60,883, you have to drive the diesel vehicle 1,01,825 kilometers before you can break even and derive the benefit of this 1.58 rupees per kilometer which a diesel vehicle gives. Now you have to understand, to drive this 1 lakh kilometers, above 1 lakh kilometers, you will take minimum 10 years. Why I am saying so? Because I drive quite extensively, and I have driven my vehicle in almost 11 to 12 years, this 1 lakh kilometers. Now if you have to recover the extra cost of 1,60,883 in more than 10 years, by the time your vehicle will become old, it is not wise to spend that extra cost. The other way of looking at it is to drive this above 1 lakh kilometer, how much amount of money you will spend in diesel to drive this extra kilometers to break even, which I have worked out here in this second column. Here if you see, you will have to spend 3,77,656.8 rupees at current cost of diesel to recover this 1,60,883 by having a benefit of rupees 1.58 per kilometer. How this I have worked out? You divide this 1,01,825 with the mileage of this, which is 25.11. So you will have to spend in how many liters of diesel you have to spend? You have to spend 4,055.55 liters of diesel you have to spend in consume in driving this 1,01,000, which at the current cost will work out to be, as I said, 3,77,656.8. So you can imagine how much do you spend in a month in a diesel or petrol. I don't think you spend, any normal household spends more than 3,000 or 4,000. If that much amount you spend in a month in diesel, to spend this 3,77,000, you will take minimum 10 years, definitely. Now let's look at another vehicle of this Hyundai. Now this is Hyundai's latest Hyundai Verna S diesel in the first column against Hyundai Verna S petrol. On-road cost of, as is seen here, the difference in the cost of these two vehicles is 2,12,000. So you have to recover this 2,12,588 rupees before you derive the benefit of extra mileage and less cost of diesel. So again, as I said, you will have to drive this vehicle almost 1,14,912 kilometers before you can break even and recover this extra cost of 2,12,588, and you will be spending or consuming 4,848.6 liters of diesel, which at current cost you will be spending 4,51,550 rupees in consuming that diesel. So you can imagine the amount of extra cost you have to incur to derive this benefit of rupees 1.85 kilometers, rupees 1.85 benefit of rupees 1.85 per kilometer, which I think is not wise. It's better to buy a petrol vehicle rather than spending this 10,76,000 and again this in diesel of 4,51,000. It's not wise. Absolutely not wise. This data, which is available to all of you, I have just interpreted it for you so that you can decide based how I have arrived at the decision. Same cost benefit analysis you can do and arrive at the fact whether you need to buy a diesel vehicle or you need to buy a petrol vehicle. If you have understood me and if you feel that there is some merit in what I am saying, please share it with people. And as I always say, Let's wake up. We all have data around us, but we don't interpret that data in the right way. Diesel vehicle is only for taxis or people who drive more than 3,000 or 4,000 in a month, so that they can break even at the earliest. Otherwise, if people like us who don't drive more than 500 600 kilometers in a month, I think it's not unwise to buy a diesel vehicle, because we will take at least 10 to 12 years to break even and derive the benefit of a diesel vehicle. It's better to buy a petrol vehicle, which is less polluting and more environmental friendly, which gives us less vibrations, and vibration tire us. If you want to check how good your vehicle is, when you switch on the ignition and start your car or a vehicle, if your lever of the car shakes or vibrates, that shows that vehicle has a lot of vibration, and it also means that it requires servicing. You will always find when you start a diesel vehicle, the gear lever of the vehicle will shake, and the amount of vibration the gear lever gives you the condition of the vehicle or an amount of vibration that vehicle has. You can always do this test and check it for yourself. A petrol vehicle, when you start, the lever of a petrol vehicle will rarely shake unless you have not serviced that vehicle for years together. Then the vibration will be there, otherwise it will not be there. So, as I say, let's wake up and interpret the data in the right way and not get carried away by the mileage of a diesel vehicle being more and the cost of diesel being less in India vis-a-vis the amount of extra cost you incur in buying a diesel vehicle, which you recover or break even only after long years of driving. So, let's wake up. Thank you.